live from Kentucky and Louisiana. 2 Marines, 1 mission. This is Sense and Senseless.
Good post, man. All right, so this is some shit I found today. And since I got my tinfoil hat on, we're going to talk about some far out shit. And I'm going to play this cut right now. It's a girl with a mask, and it's all going to make sense in a little bit, but I want you to see it just so you can understand where I'm going. It's a little weird, but it's not very long, so just check this out. We're going somewhere with this, but just give me a minute. Now, was that not creepy?
Mm-hmm.
It looked fucking lifelike though, don't it?
Oh yeah.
There's all kind of people that make these masks. And I
I know.
mean, you can be anybody. And then this shit dropped this week. I've been following this, and I've been going back and forth if I want to talk about it. But since these guys these politicians come out about it, I figure we'd talk about it. These fucking hybrid people, lizard people, and shit like that. And you hear about aliens and all this other stuff. Now I'm not a big UFO guy or UAP or whatever the hell they call them today guy. But when I hear politicians talk about this stuff, my ears kind of perk up because I mean they get to see shit that we don't get to see. They hear shit that we don't hear. And I figured I'd bring it up tonight. So first off, we're gonna get to know the players. I don't know if you know who Matt Gaetz is. So Matt
Well, I don't.
well, he was let's see, he was a congressman in Florida. Okay.
Mhm.
Now he's a lawyer, and I think now he's doing some kind of podcast or something. Anyway, in 2024, Trump had picked him to become the U.S. attorney before Pam Bondi, but he wasn't confirmed. So Pam Bondi actually got into it. They wasn't going to confirm Matt Gaetz, and the reason they wasn't going to confirm Matt Gaetz because they were spying on Matt Gaetz. They were doing some shady shit to Matt Gaetz, and they knew if they put Matt Gaetz, they allowed Matt Gaetz to become attorney general. He was going to look at everything they fucking did to him, and he was going after every one of them for doing it. So there was no way he was becoming attorney general. Well, anyway, now he's got this podcast, and I want you to listen to what he says. Check this out.
I think the most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered. And like even some of the briefings that aren't classified just need to be out in the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that.
Non-human biologics, interracial alien mating? What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
Yeah, I had a guy who was uniformed. He was a senior enlisted with the United States Army. Came into my office in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting. I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants. Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the whistleblower was telling me is that there were like between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened. And what he wanted was a group, members of Congress, to all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up at like 8 locations at one time. And so that never occurred.
What do you mean non-human biologics? Like this?
Well, that was the testimony of David Grush before the House Oversight Committee, which I joined. And the testimony was that in crashes of craft that had been recovered by the CIA and through a special program that the CIA had for crash recovery. That it wasn't just the hard materials; it was also biologics, but that they couldn't identify a human source of those biologics.
Okay. So I saw that earlier this week and I was like, yeah, I don't know why I feel about that. It's weird, but that's just one guy. Could they see this stuff? I'm sure they see a whole bunch of shit. There's a reason that when Trump first came in, I always said this, when he first came into office, he started Space Force. No other fucking president had a Space Force. Trump, like, look, we need a Space Force. Why?
Maybe he's seen something.
Yeah, what the fuck did he see that we need a Space Force?
Yep.
So I didn't put a whole lot of weight into that. But then the next day, I heard a clip from Tommy Tuberville. Do you know who Tommy Tuberville is?
I've heard the name before.
All right, so he was a college coach and now he's a congressman for Alabama.
Okay.
All right, and he also coached Auburn University.
Bama.
So this is what Tommy Tuberville had to say.
Former colleague of yours, Matt Gaetz, making some pretty shocking statements yesterday about aliens. Take a look.
I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. Aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants.
All right. I mean, I don't have the tinfoil hat on just yet, Congressman, but I'm wondering, kind of how you react to that, because you are connected. You're on the UFO subcommittee. I mean, I'm just wondering what you make of that. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I'm still a member of Congress, so I can't really comment too much on what Matt said. But I will say this.
Wait, seriously? Are you being serious, or is that tongue in cheek?
I'm being 100% serious. Okay. I've been 100% serious. I've been briefed by just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this, if they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up, you'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it. Well, I was briefed. I'll just tell you this. I was briefed last week on an issue, 2 weeks ago. And it would have set the earth on this country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand answers. And we need to. But, it's never going to get, unfortunately, it just keeps getting covered up. And the people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
Wow.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal and I don't take risks. So,
I'm glad you said that. I'm speechless, Congressman. We will have you back.
You should be. And I told the president, release it all. And the problem is the people that are around the president don't know and the president doesn't know the questions to ask. A few of us are going to have to get with the president and tell him what he needs to ask and where he needs to look. I mean, we're in meetings and they give addresses and tell locations of items, I'll just say. And the public has a right to know, dadgummit. It's your tax dollars.
Absolutely.
Let's get it out there.
You got my attention, Congressman. I appreciate you being as forthcoming as you have been tonight, and we look forward to having you back. Look, I know Donald Trump wants to disclose something. He hasn't done it yet, but I think he wants to be the president to do that. Tim Burchett, thank you.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
I'm sorry, that was Tim Burchett, and that wasn't Tommy Tuberville. But how does that make you feel?
Did you see that news reporter? He's like, yeah, did you see that idiot on there? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think of that? And when he told him, he was like, oh, crap. Are you being serious? And he's like, I'm 100% being serious. The stuff I know will keep you up all night.
Yeah, that's
scary, dude.
That's scary. So I showed you the mask, right?
Yeah.
Anybody can be anybody they want these days. And now we got AI.
Uh-huh.
It's possible. All this shit it just don't add up. It's creepy as fuck. So I went one step further. I had to ask AI what AI thought.
Right.
So this is what AI says about these claims. There's no verifiable public evidence supports the hybrid breeding program claim. It stems from Gates' personal recounting of a private briefing, no documents, no other named witnesses, and no official confirmation has surfaced. Similar extraordinary claims, crash craft, non human biologics, reverse engineering programs, trace back to Grush and a handful of other whistleblowers, but they remain unproven. The Pentagon and intelligence agencies have repeatedly stated that there's no evidence of extraterrestrial technology or biologics, calling many claims insulting or misinterpretations of mundane programs of the advanced drones, balloons, or classified U.S. technology. Gates and allies like Representative Tim Burchett have pushed for more transparency, but Burchett himself responded to Gates' hybrid claim by saying he can't respond. All right. Congress has held multiple hearings, included UAP disclosure language in defense bills, but nothing has confirmed alien bodies, hybrids, or breeding programs. Most evidence says anecdotal or classified. Bottom line, some elements of the UAP transparency push have a kernel of legitimate inquiry. The wilder stuff, hybrids, captured alien breedings, lack public evidence and relies on anonymous classified sources. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof, and so far, none has been declassified or independently verified. So even AI can't verifiably tell you that this shit ain't true.
Yeah, but AI can only tell you the data that AI has been given.
Right.
So if it hasn't been released.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. It through all the searches that it can do through all the webs and bring it all together, it can't tell you that it's not true. And there's a lot of things that you can search on AI and it'll just totally debunk it. I mean, they'll tell you exactly why it's debunked. And so like if you want conspiracy theories and shit, it gives you just the straight details.
Yeah. There's nothing out there to say it's not true. That's the scary part.
That's the scary part. It's saying, yeah, they might have some information out there. We just can't see it because the government won't give it to you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how does that make you feel? Do you feel safer now knowing that there might be hybrid fucking lizard people living out there with you? They're watching you all the time. They got hybrid people. I mean, there's what they said.
Maybe Kash Patel is a hybrid with them big eyes.
It might be. And then all the terrorists they might have in this country. And
yeah.
Well, that brings us right into this. Let's move into some violent discussions. There was a recent incident where a guy lost his life over a parking spot. Do you see that?
No, never heard that one.
There was this big dude. He was arguing with a smaller guy over a parking space. And according to a video we're about to see, this big dude attacks the small dude. The smaller dude is just strapped and pops the big dude multiple times. And this big guy lost his parking spot. I mean, lost his life over a parking spot. Let's check this out.
A 42-year-old large-built man bullied a smaller young man and was shot dead, and the court's ruling has sparked considerable controversy. The incident began when a man named Robert Miller, who had a large and imposing physique, approached the car of Tyler Vance, 20-year-old. An argument quickly broke out between them over a parking space. After only a few seconds of arguing, Robert suddenly threw a powerful punch directly at the young man's face. Reacting to the attack, Tyler immediately pulled out a handgun and fired 8 shots toward the man as he was running away. The victim collapsed at the scene. Police quickly arrived and confirmed that Robert had died. Tyler Vance lowered his weapon and cooperated with investigators. Video footage of the incident shows Tyler acting in self-defense after being attacked by Robert. The handgun Tyler used was legally registered under his father's name. However, prosecutors argue that a 20-year-old using someone else's weapon escalated the situation beyond a typical act of self-defense. The video shows that Robert had begun to run away, yet Tyler continued firing multiple shots, which prosecutors claim was an excessive use of force. Currently, Tyler Vance is facing a second-degree murder charge and could receive up to 25 years in prison. Robert's family, devastated by the tragedy, argues that a single punch should not have cost him his life. Meanwhile, many people online have voiced support for Tyler, rallying behind the slogan, "Stand your ground." If Tyler had not managed to pull out his gun in time to defend himself, would Robert have stopped the assault? What do you think about this case?
So what are your thoughts on the case?
I think you have the right to protect yourself. I mean, that one punch, that big dude, he's a big dude. That dude was little, and he could have killed him from one punch. I mean, people need to shut the hell up. I mean, don't stop being violent, man. Just stop it. That's why people carry.
Exactly why they carry. I mean,
We don't just carry to have a weapon on us, just to say, yeah, look at me, I got a weapon. It's not a group. It's not a cool thing to do. It's for protection. And if you're, who goes up and punches somebody over a damn parking space?
he won't anymore. And it's sad. And it's sad, that he had to lose his life over that.
I don't know if was it last year or year before. It wasn't too long ago that there was a traffic altercation and a dude comes up to another dude's vehicle. It was in Ohio, and tries to come at the dude, and the dude rolled down the window to confront with him, and the dude went to punch him in there, and the dude in the vehicle pulled his gun out off of the holder and pow, and he was found innocent.
Yeah.
He was protecting himself. The dude swung at him.
Yeah, in this
What
case,
would make you stupid enough to go up to somebody's vehicle and say something? Just get pissed off and go on. Just bitch at your windshield or whatever. Go to another parking spot, say some dirty words out loud, and go inside and do your shopping. Just shut the hell up.
Judging by the size of that guy, that wasn't the first time he pushed his weight
No,
around.
he's a bully. I guarantee he was a bully.
Yep.
That's a senseless death. It is. It's very senseless. And I'm sad. I'm sad for his family. I really am. I feel empathetic for his family, but I don't feel sympathy. The dude got what he deserved. I mean, do stupid shit, play stupid games, get stupid prizes, right?
In that situation, the smaller guy being armed leveled the playing field.
Yep.
It
The
just
equalizer. That's what we always, old Tex in the Marine Corps used to call it, the equalizer. He was talking like a ball bat or whatever equaled out the odds between him and somebody else. It's called the equalizer.
And sometimes you have to do that. I mean, that's the whole reason. You could just
leave people alone, man. Just leave people alone.
No, put yourself in the same
alone.
situation. You out your car, this big guy comes next to you. You see how easily he just threw him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, he took a running start. He just reached over the dude's car door and just pushed him away.
If that big dude did that to me, Brian, if I got a weapon, it's coming out.
Well, yeah. I mean, at that point, what would you do? I mean, you got a good amount of force pushing you around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. I thought it was sad that, somebody lost their life over a parking spot, basically off of, I guess you would consider that road rage. It's sad that we're there. And this next one, it brings the cops in. So this next video, it went viral. I don't know if you've seen it. This lady, she gets punched in the head by a cop. So I'm gonna give you a little background on it, just so you know. I didn't understand exactly what it was when I first seen it. I'm like, man, that's kind of fucked up. But so in the video, this is Kelsey Hufford. She's 28 years old from El Paso, Texas. In the video, El Paso Police Department officers were seen attempting to arrest her on a warrant. So she got a warrant related to family violence assault charges from an earlier incident. And she is losing her fucking mind. And the cop just punches her. No, I can't say that. I'm not gonna say the cop just punched. The cop's trying to arrest her and she's resisting. She's losing her mind, and the cop punches her. And I read some stuff, and it's called like a compliance strike or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but like if you're fighting and they're trying to get you to comply or whatnot, they might punch you. Whether or not it's supposed to be in your face, I don't know. I'm not a cop. But anyway, her family, including her mother, has spoken out, noting that she's autistic and describing the situation as chaotic with sensory overload. She was also charged with resisting arrest. The El Paso Police Department has confirmed they're investigating the use of force in the incident. There's a lot of these situations where all of a sudden somebody's autistic. I'm not saying this lady wasn't, but I've seen multiple spots where, yeah, they autistic and I don't know if that's something that the lawyers tell them to say or whatnot, but check
That's
this
messed
video.
up.
Check this video out. And let's see what they say. See what you think about it.
You hitting
No,
me?
get this
They
on.
tased me 3 times.
I know.
And they're literally holding me hostage.
I know.
They're literally pinning me down. This is literally
Kelsey,
gonna
stop.
my
Kelsey,
arm.
for your hand. You're gonna break her arm, dude.
Why don't you ask me what to
What
do?
is officer
Give me
what?
your badge
Give
number.
me your hands.
I want your badge
numbers. Give me your hands.
Give me your badge number.
Give me your hands.
Give me your badge number.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Step back.
We got
Give me your hands.
Punch her in the face. I'm calling 911.
Punch her in the face. Call 911 now. Call 911.
He just gave me
We're
a black
calling
eye.
911. Get on this
Call the
side.
supervisor. No,
Get on this side, sir.
supervisor. You did not have to hit
Have
her.
her.
Call me. You did not have to hit her.
We're calling.
How about that tough call?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a whoever clinically. I've got 2 autistic grandkids, my granddaughter and my youngest grandson. No, that's not. I've been around autistic kids and things like that. Now, there's high functioning autism.
I think I'm high functioning autistic, honestly.
Yeah, we thought my son is, and maybe me or my wife might be a little bit of it or 2 or whatever. So when I do that Theo Vaughn, I got a touch of the tism.
I think Tism nicked me for damn sure.
Yeah, kind of like what that one comedian saying Down syndrome nicked him.
Yeah.
And you could come when he said it, you're like, dude, he ain't lying. He does look a little downy, but anyways, dude, she's pretty coherent as in, I want to talk to your supervisor. Somebody call 911. He just gave me a black eye. When you overload an autistic kid or person, dude, they go crap crazy. I'll take that back. They go bad shit crazy. They lose their ever loving mind. They flip the frick out. Stop claiming disease. And now listen, that dude did go cocker right in the face though, man.
But-
his text would say grilled her mush. I mean, he smoked her right in the face.
He did. And I'm not gonna say that didn't look bad, but after I've watched it a couple times, you catch they already
watch it a couple
well, yeah,
times.
because I'm trying to figure out why. No, not the punch, but the whole
Yeah, whatever.
no, man. Did you hear the punch? No,
Look at that.
the punch was pretty bad because it's like you hear the punch and you hear the head to the floor, like doo doo. But
Yeah, it was a double tap.
but when the camera first comes on, they said they tased her 3 times. She's saying that they tased me 3 times, and they went through a lot before they even got to that point, and they still can't get her wrapped up. Now, there's a couple of things that I would say here. One, it probably should have never got to that level, but it has to get to that level now because the cops' hands are tied on what they can do.
Well, there's got to be something now that they can deploy or something that can like knock somebody unconscious. And I ain't talking like a fist to the face. And that's probably what he was going for. He's probably trying to knock her out so he could get her to limp up to. But there's got to be a deployment of something like a taser type deal that will just render you unconscious for a little bit.
What do they tell you in water survival? If you gotta take somebody in to save them, what do they tell you? And they act in that way. What do they tell you?
Choke them out.
Choke them out. You got to knock them. You got to put them under so you can safely.
Yeah, he should have
bring
put
them
a.
in.
Well, here's now.
You
Hold up.
can't do that.
You can't do that because if he would have got her, he could have killed her.
Exactly. That's my point.
Okay, so that happened to a guy that I knew. He didn't die. He's the one that did it. He was a bouncer at a bar up in a town north of us, and I grew up with him as a kid. He lived a couple streets behind me. We weren't like best friends. I just grew up with him. But anyways, he ended up getting charged with manslaughter. He put this dude in a chokehold and it killed him.
But
because he didn't know how to properly put it on the dude to knock him out. He basically cut his oxygen off and killed the dude.
well, I mean,
And
since
he got charged with manslaughter.
with George Floyd and
involuntary
all, though,
manslaughter.
that since all that, I mean, there's even more limitations. And I'm not
Yes.
saying that he should have choked her out, but he had to do something to control the situation. And then
Can they not go to the MMA training or whatever where they teach them how to put that chokehold on? That
at what point do we need guys that's getting paid $60,000 a year? How much fucking training do they need? I mean, seriously, at what point is it not the people's fault?
It is.
And we need to stop. Here, it's twofold. One, we need.
I guess because he hit a woman. If it had been a dude, if that had been a dude down there, even a little dude like the dude that shot the bully, if it'd been somebody that size, I'd have been like, dude, you deserve that one. But I guess me seeing a woman get hit like that, it kind of bothered me a little bit.
But she's a pretty tough woman.
I don't give a shit, Brian. I've always been taught you don't touch a woman, you don't hit a woman.
I agree with you, but at this point, just put it in your safety. You trying to apprehend this woman, and I don't know everything that went on, but from what we seen, she was tased 3 times. You still fighting this woman, right? You can't put handcuffs on her. At any moment, she can grab your weapon while you wrestling with her.
I'd have brought a female cop over there, beat her ass.
You already.
I don't care. You call a female cop in. And then you tell her to beat her butt. And then it's a fair fight.
My point is that we got so much to where we handcuffed them that we want to get them more and more and more training, when actually the training should start at home. It should be home training. People shouldn't act like that. I'm not saying that she didn't have a reason to be that way. And I'm not saying that all cops are good. And I believe that we have to have restriction on cops, because if we don't, it's proven that these son of a bitches is just going to beat the hell out of everybody.
Right. Because he's human. I'm sure he just flipped out finally and got sick and tired of it and just.
Again, I think he was, like you said, he was trying to knock her out. Why? Because he can control the situation. I don't know why they can't take the stun guns and hit them while they're on the ground. What's wrong with that? I know there was a problem at some point because people were dying with tasers. I mean, it was. We have Walton and Johnson in this area. They still do the taser report, but but people were dying, so they stopped doing it for a while. Because there wasn't as many taser reports, but they would talk about the taser report. It was like every fucking day. It was hilarious.
Jeez.
But I don't know how you control that situation. I don't. That looks awful, though. I haven't said everything I said. That looks all. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think you should hit a woman. If I'm in that situation, though, I don't know if I don't hit her.
I know, but sitting Monday morning quarterbacking, right? Sitting on your chair watching it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
I agree with you.
Just hit a woman. He just hit a woman. I don't care what she did. He just hit a woman. Like now, if he shot her, we'd been like, yeah, she doesn't. But you don't hit her. You can shoot her, but you don't hit her.
You can't hit her.
Maybe smack her. I don't know. Or slap her. I don't know if I cross that line either. You don't lay hands on a woman. Now you can shoot her, but you don't hit her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know either. Both of those situations, depending on how you look at it, can be really bad, and you can make arguments for either side. And depending on where you stand in your morals, or where you stand on how you support cops, or where you stand on how you support guns, you can make good arguments for both of those videos. And that's why I wanted to show them to you tonight, because there's a lot that can be said for both of them, but I don't know how we get to a better place, because in both of them, somebody was acting out. One of them, it cost him his life. The other one, it cost her to get punched in the mouth. I think I'd rather get punched in the mouth than to lose my life. But this lady could have lost her life, because you're fighting with armed people, and you're trying to, I guess this is the point. Every point I was trying to make with training, everybody wants to give these people more and more training. It does. At some point, you're going to get to the training where these guys are going to have to be at such an elite level to be able to retain this training, that you're only going to have a few people that can do it. That's what I guess people lose in their mind, is they're assuming that someone that does this can know all of it. You can't. You just
No.
can't.
It's no different than all the military training we had. Even if you got put in a situation, you hope your training kicks in, but something else might kick in too.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that to you. Well,
Yeah.
before we shut down for the week, I want to go over a few more things. So part of what we discussed last week, we discussed the women's movement, and this week we were told that having a woman having a family is basically a cult-like mentality.
And where's this come from?
This come from The View. So there was
God, you're gonna air them.
Yeah, I am.
Jeez.
Because at CPAC there was these ladies talking about making families, and women should be having families, and Gen Z should be encouraging ladies to have families. And the main reason, we discussed this last week, that men and women on Earth are to procreate, perpetuate humanity, right?
Mhm.
But if you choose to do this, now you're part of a cult, and that don't make any fucking sense. But the women on The View they're going to explain this to us. And I wanted to bring this up because I catch clips of The View quite often, but I don't ever bring them up. But this one I thought we can enjoy together. We'll see how much this makes sense on the other side.
I don't even know how to explain this story, but I'm going to tell you what happened. The Conservative Political Action Conference, known as CPAC, wrapped up this weekend, and conservative activist Isabel Brown had a message for her fellow Gen Z women, who reportedly are the least likely group in America to get married and have kids. But I want you to see this. Clip.
If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start. It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps and quitting birth control pills and saying I do at the altar, that ultimately trickle down into the political policies that we will see save our country.
Okay. Okay. I just want to say, years ago, they used to come after women of color and accuse women of color of doing this very thing. Wow. And that's why they continue to cut all these programs and erase all these things.
Childcare programs?
Childcare name it, name it. And now, had I known that it turns out we are all just one group of women. We're just one group. I mean, because
So my ultimate beef with this is that it wraps a woman's worth up in her ovaries in a way that for too long has happened. The whole women's movement was not about bucking the trend of staying at home or loving tradition. It was giving women a choice to do what they wanted. And that's what this is too. Marriage, children, it's a choice. And by the way,
but be responsible for God's
No, but
sakes.
be responsible. But the other thing is they act like people are sitting around just saying, yeah, no, I'm good. Most women I know, and some don't, but most women wanted to have children. They don't have them for other reasons. Most women I know, if they had a great candidate or a partner, might want to be married. Maybe they don't. The fact that we keep putting this on women, that their only worth in society, politics, policies, is if they produce a baby or have a husband, is the stupidest, most old-fashioned thing. We have come too far. The world has over 8 billion people. We no longer need to force people to procreate and pump out babies. We have arrived here. Women now and girls now have a choice.
But also,
Let them do that.
Where is the call to responsibility for the men who help make these children? Right? I don't know why it's always people lecturing women what they have to do or not to do. Bottom line, if you're not paying my bills, you don't get to tell me what I do with my uterus.
Well, also,
I do feel like she doesn't even realize how goofy her point was, because she said we need to teach our kids to have the courage to get married. If your marriage requires courage, I have a lot of questions about your husband. We need to tell this woman about LegalZoom and how easy it is to get out of it.
Well, do remember, these are the same people that support Donald Trump.
But I mean, look,
that does take courage.
Also, I gave our girl Isabel a little Google. She has a baby. She has a 1-year-old. Of course, she thinks everyone should have a lot of kids. She has a 1-year-old that sleeps all day. I also was like, I'm going to have a bunch more kids. Wait till your kid is up and walking and you spend most of your day trying to get its shoes on.
Yeah.
You're probably going to rethink how many kids you have. That is my son. Yes, that is my new baby. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. So I just would say to Isabel,
Clearly,
let's check.
pants were optional.
That's right. We don't do pants. We do Winnie the Pooh at my house. I would just say, Isabel, maybe let's check in with your boobs in a year and see if you still want a lot more kids.
Well, that part, and I think it's just really reckless to be suggesting that people should have children when you now know in this country there's this affordability crisis, and for a 2-person household, a married household, you need over $400,000 for childcare. Over $400,000. Most people don't make over $400,000. So she's advocating for people to be born into poverty, people not being able to feed those children, people not being able to educate those children, and people not being able to house those children at the same time when this government is cutting all of the services that would allow people to have families and big families and children.
Do they sound like anybody you know?
Yeah, a bunch of cackling idiots.
It's weird, man. It's $400,000 it takes to raise kids. Who are these people?
What daycare are they going to?
God, that's what I mean, they're
dude. Our day. Now this was late '90s and into the early 2000s, but it was $100 a week for both our kids to go to a babysitter.
Well, what they're probably saying is, when you got a living nanny and then they got to take them to private schools and you got to pay for all the cars, it's about 400,000.
Yeah.
These people
their
are
lifestyle is, but they don't know. Shut the hell up. Whoopi Goldberg. Gosh dang, dude. And Sonny. Weren't they going to leave the country?
Some of them were, I don't know, maybe Joy Behar, and I don't know. They are, I like them.
They've ran off any girl with sense, any kind of common sense. They've ran them off that show every time. That Hasselhoff girl, or that Hasselbeck girl, and then I forget, there was another one on there that was more conservative or whatever. They just can't stand it.
I think they just hate women. I really do.
They hate everybody.
They basically saying we got too many people.
5 people in the audience going,
yeah, we got 8 billion people in the world. We don't need no more. You don't need to have a kid. Enjoy your life. Just.
Yeah, whatever. Shut the hell up.
I mean, I understand what they're saying. I do. I don't agree with it by no means. I understand their point. It's just asinine in just when you just look at us as an animal. Animalistic. It's just asinine to think. No, we don't need to procreate. Now, I'm not saying that's the only reason a woman's there. And if I don't know. They gone way too far in thinking about that. My uterus belongs to me. And
the CPAC girls, to me, were just telling girls, don't be scared to have a family.
Yeah,
if that's
exactly.
what you want to do, have one.
There's nothing wrong with having a family. And your family might not work out. And maybe that's why you're scared to do it.
Tells you not to now.
Yeah, you don't need that.
The woman's movement tells you don't need that. You're weak. If you're going to have kids and stay at home, you're weak.
No, well.
Whatever. I don't even understand how they're still on the air. I'm not kidding. I don't or late night like Jimmy Kimmel and all them. I don't even try to stay up and watch that crap. I don't even watch Saturday Night Live anymore.
I think it's really, honestly, I think it's paid propaganda. I really do.
Yeah. It's like our government. It just won't bankrupt.
Yeah, I think it's that way. They just paid propaganda. And the daytime show, the white women that sit at home and complain about everything that's going on and talk about, how they don't need men and all this other shit. And They're the ones that's supporting of you. You know, the ones that are mad at every man because every man hates them and, you know, they don't need a man. And well, you know why no man wants you? It's because you constantly telling them you don't need them. The whole purpose of a man is to,
because you don't act like a lady. That's why a man don't want you.
you want to support her. You want to, you want to help her build a life. You want to, but if you don't need me to help you in your life,
Then I don't need you.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go somewhere else. And
that's right.
Trust me, I've lived it.
He ain't living it now.
No, I ain't living it now. I got a great one.
He's where he's wanted and needed.
So last week we showed Drewski, the comedian, talking about Erica Kirk. Well, he's getting some shit from Erica Kirk now on this parody, and I got a couple of videos explaining that. Let's check this out.
So Erica Kirk suing me over a video I posted, me in all white, walking in with fireworks, hitting a double take, that half cry, half smile, talking like those political wife speeches. And now it's too far. Nah, let's keep it real. You forgave the man who killed your husband, but you taking me to court. Say it again, you forgave a killer, but you suing a comedian for a video. That's crazy. And don't lie on me. I ain't joke about no tragedy. I didn't touch that. I joked about what everybody sees, the outfit, the voice, the way y'all get on stage and talk. That's public. That's what y'all put out. I just copied it. Now it's a problem. So what? Comedy got to be safe now. Comedy got to ask permission or just not be accurate. Because last time I checked, impressions, parody, all that, that's free speech. That's the whole point. But now it's crossing a line because it hit too close. So be real. You mad I made a joke or mad it looked exactly like you?
To protect all men in America, especially all white men.
I know that dude now. I didn't recognize him when he went white out, but yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, he's funny,
That was
man.
funny. It was.
He hit a nerve, and that is great. When you hit a nerve like that, that's great.
Dude, she's dealing with stuff.
They're reeling.
She got a dude killed.
Yeah, they
Leave
reeling.
her alone, man. Leave her alone. She got a guy killed.
This is another one of his responses.
I will not delete any videos imitating Erica Kirk, nor will I apologize for this matter. I have been doing comedy for almost 10 years and have never made up a joke or a fake scenario out of thin air. I simply performed exactly what Erica Kirk has done in public. If it looks ridiculous, that's her problem, not mine. I have not dug into her private life, have not touched any private matters she did not want public, and have not fabricated a single word or action that does not belong to her. Using the public words and actions of public figures as comedy material has always been my way of creating since I started. The original intention of my comedy has never been to tell harmless jokes. It is to bring to the stage what people want to say, but dare not, exposing the contradictions in public figures who hide behind a glamorous image. I do not take sides in any circles. I only satirize all pretentious and hypocritical people. This has always been my comedic voice. I will keep the videos, and apologizing is never possible.
Mm-hmm. Good for him.
Yeah, I like his stance, man. We need that.
Yeah.
We need humor. We need people
Yeah.
to stand up like him. So the last two things I got tonight, I guess you and everybody started complaining about Unc last week and talking to the rich people and was skeptical about him. So he had a little bit of rebuttal. I think he did it just for you. But
I hope he did because he got to say more than what he said.
All right. Well, you don't say a lot more than here, but just listen what old Unc got to say. Is it
You sound like a crack addict trying to tell you
Hey,
a
man,
story.
you don't fuck with Unc. Unc got a lot of
Man,
good
hey.
information. I'm telling you, you
Hey.
need to start watching Unc.
All right.
All right, here's Unc.
Listen, let's get one thing understood. That elderly couple from London that gave me the information on what they see about to happen was for me. They didn't tell me to go tell nobody a damn thing. I chose to do that for myself because if something is really going on, I thought it would be a good idea to let the people know. Now, you be the judge of it from here on out. I cannot force you to believe a damn thing, but I know one thing. I got and getting me and my family prepared for what may or may not come. But one thing I've learned as a child growing up, be ready for something that may never come than to not be ready for something when it comes. Now, people sitting here talking about, well, why would a millionaire be in an Uber? Are you fucking kidding me? With you Uber drivers, I'm asking Uber drivers out there, would y'all get on here and let some of these damn people understand? We get millionaires constantly. They don't take these big luxury fucking rides everywhere they fucking go. They're not the presidents. They're not celebrities. They're just normal people that want people to see them as normal fucking people. So why not get just a regular car to do it? But that's a whole nother story. My thing being, you don't have to follow these types of stories. If you're the one that want to sit back and say nothing never happened, then please be my guest in doing so. But me, I take that as a sign from up above. I'm going to just say that. For these people to be in my motherfucking car telling me this information. So like I said, take it the way you choose to take it. But one thing about I keep it 1,000. People ask me, well, is it just for views? I'm going to be honest with you. Not one of my videos has ever been about views. I like to keep it 100 because I realize something. Television is propaganda. That's all made up bullshit. Why not share the stories of real life people in real life action? That's what I only do for the people. So if you choose to criticize or just want to make up bullshit with you can keep on passing me by or keep commenting. I don't really care. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing for my people out there.
So keeping it 1,000.
Well, Unc needs to be a little bit more forthcoming of, like, how are you preparing your family? What'd they tell you to prepare?
Just be prepared, man.
Come on. Whatever, Brian. Jeez. Did you see the Dow? But did you see the Dow?
Did you see the Dow?
I love you, Unc. If you ever see this or whatever, just tell me more. That's all I'm asking for, man. You sound like you just seen something weird, but you just don't want to say nothing. You got to give a little bit more information.
I like that.
Maybe he had sex with an alien.
Maybe an alien butt fucked him. Now, see, that's the difference than having sex with an alien. Having sex with an alien from a guy, I'm thinking like you just fucking this green girl or something. But maybe he was butt fucked by an alien.
Something ain't right with Unc. And Unc, you need to come off with some more info. So feel free to respond to us.
I got one last thing for you tonight. You seen that woman that escaped from the police cruiser?
No.
They showed some on television, but I like this one because it's longer. I just fucking play it. Check this out.
Just play it. Just play it stuff.
Shit, y'all. Listen, look. Don't tell him nothing. Don't say shit. Damn. Oh my fucking God, this is live. They don't even see. They don't even see. They gonna kill her. They gonna beat the fuck out of her. Look, 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 look. Look, look, look. Y'all seen it live. This is live. Oh my fucking God.
I'm going to continue this in a second. I want you to watch the police here in a second. These motherfuckers have no idea what the fuck's going on right now, the police officers.
They didn't see this, bro. Oh my. Oh my God.
They all should lose their job, dude.
That girl gone.
Yeah, she gone. I'm sure she'll get found, but damn, I was waiting for her to like fall on her head or
no.
You know that I'm not trying to be nasty, but you know that window slipped something right there too. You know it hit the groove with her getting out of there. So I was waiting for something. I was like, dang man, what's he got me watching? I think I did see a little bit of that video flipping through TikTok and I just kept going.
Well, there's one they showed on the news that I seen after I seen this. And it shows her getting out, but it doesn't show the cops don't know she got out.
That was awesome.
And it doesn't have that great commentary.
He goes to the other car thinking, well, maybe we put her in there. Like he don't even remember where the hell they put her.
He had no idea where the fuck she was at.
Jeez, dude, that's hilarious.
All right, well, you got anything you want to add before we bounce?
No, man, I think, man, this was like, it wasn't short, but
it was 3 hours.
From what? Yeah, it was 3 hours, but it wasn't 4. But no, it was a good one. I had a good flow. I liked it. I hope everybody else did. Thank you for all the hits on our shorts on YouTube. I was reading some of the comments earlier.
Yep.
I'll
Thanks,
try to
everyone.
log in and make some comments back. Appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody for joining. Thanks, everyone. We greatly appreciate it, honestly. So like,
Oh,
share.
happy Easter.
Oh,
to
happy Easter.
everybody.
Yeah, it is Easter Eve, so happy Easter.
Yeah.
Like,
Easter
share,
Eve.
comment, subscribe. This is the Sense and Senseless podcast. I am Brian.
I am Jason, and
peace.
Peace.
This is the Sense and Senseless podcast.